Okay, so we'll be discussing about promotions, transfer, and separation. No? Of course, the counterpart of promotion is demotion. But that was actually included with the slides already. Okay? So here, muna siya yung mga last topic sa ato ang finals. No? We will be discussing about promotion. So, what is promotion? So, of course, ang uba, no? I know this is not your first time to actually encounter this word. Promotion is a movement to a position in which responsibilities and presumably prestige are increased. So, nindot kay pagka-define, no? Of course, in terms of, it is a movement upward, ha? Okay, a movement downward means demotion.
Demotion.
So, promotion, yes. So, you'll be assuming responsibilities which is mingon taog more difficult or more complicated compared sa katong previous ni mga position. So, if you will be promoted, much expected that you will be handling a bigger responsibility compared sa imuhang previous nga position. So, first stage, of course, no, when you can actually receive promotion, so ang kaning gitawag nito ang imong sense of pride, no, ang imong dungog. So, musaka sad. Kay when you are promoted, of course, you will be happy because that will become ano bang ang mga tao nakabalo no especially within the organization. So for them, murag so that is a great achievement. Advancement within promotion also is defined as an advancement within an organization, no? As labeled as promotion. So it is an upward movement of an employee from current job to another that is higher in pay, responsibility, status, and organizational level. So it's very understandable. And there is almost a mere shifting of an employee to a different job, which is better working hours, better pleasant working condition, does not imply promotion. Kaning pag-change no o kanang shift to another responsibilities, it's not a promotion, no? Shifting to another schedule, it's not a promotion. What is a promotion is you can actually understand that is that you are actually being promoted when of course no coming from the acknowledgement of the sa organization, coming from the employer itself, no, mingon sila ninyo nga okay, congratulations, Mr. Kuan, you are being promoted with this level, this position. So, aside that, sa promotion, you can expect to receive higher salary, no, compared sa imong current position. Aside from the current salary, higher salary, of course, higher compensations and benefits will follow also. So, it is a vertical movement in rank and responsibilities. Okay, so of course, as I mentioned a while ago, the responsibility will be much or more difficult or more responsibilities that may hasten to you. According to EB, Flipo, no, promotion involves a change from one job to another that is better in terms of status and responsibilities. So, why is that so? That Flipo actually term this one as better in terms of status and responsibilities. Better in terms of status because you will be receiving more salary, higher salary, and more compensations and benefits. In terms of responsibilities, it's not about because naghandle ka o daghan kay nga responsibilities, but it's because it is allowing the person to actually acquire new knowledge, new skills. To make the long story short, professional growth, personal growth, spiritual growth. Wala naman spiritual growth because kung mas daghan imong obligasyon also, that could somehow help you, no, to understand better and to understand the meaning and the value of work. According to Scott and Sprigal, a promotion is the transfer of an employee to a job that pays more money, that enjoys some preferred status. So, as mentioned a while ago, so below you can see the examples of promotion. HR assistant receives a promotion to HR generalist. HR generalist receives a promotion to a dual role of HR generalist and employee development coordinator. So these are a separate position, these are a separate no? Responsibilities. Ang kung generalist ka, the welfare in terms of coordinator, a development coordinator is a different job because it is much concerned with the needs of the employee. Okay, aside from the needs employee, also the things that has to be acquired with the organization na para makahatag og convenience silang mga empleyado. So dili no yung nakita na the HR manager is promoted to HR director, so and so on and so forth. So that's an example. Pangutana na ba ko'y story class, no? Ningon ang lalaki. Actually, paan siya, no? Kanang janitor siya. Janitor siya. Moto nga, ingon din niyang boss nga, oy, la, sildo na ninyo no? Karong hapon, alas 5 siya. Oh, sildo dito. Salamat kayo, boss. Baka kaon na giniglami ang isang asawa. Karon, ja, oy, kanang, wala no? Nano ko'y bagong gihire niya, ugma. Wala sa kanang ma-promote na ka ugma. Ato na kasi kantor. Pero komedya ra gud to, no? Komedya ra gina siya. Kaya na ako na bagong empleyado po niya nakuha. So, meaning to say, ato na siya mag-janitor sa, ato na siya magbabaw ng limpyo. Nya, katong bag-o, may ato sa ubos. Nya, kay sa ubos, hugaw, hindi kayo na sa ubos. Kay sagad ng mga bisita, sagad ng mga kliyente, ato na sa ubos, maglakolakaw, ano ba? So, lipay kay sa pag-uli niya, no? Nahambog ko siya siyang asawa, siya, love, na sildo, biyan ako, sildo, na malit siya, manok, usara ta ito sa love, tagsa ta, no? Tagsa tas manok, niya, tagsa sa ta, og 4 litro. Di ningon, yung asawa nga, anong gatagsa man tadong nga, huwag ka magtipid, oy nga, kubaw kang ganyan, kaya gustuhanan siya, di, na-promote na ko, di, lipay po yung asawa. So, kung saan may imuhang ranggo rin siya, same gapon ko, malimpyo ng gapon ko, pero mas control na ko. So that is how he understand about promotion na. Tapos sa dilang boss, no, yaga-yagaon si kayo, kaya anong giingnan siya na-promote siya si control. Ang tao po daw, nagdako po siya na-promote siya. You can never understand promotion, no, when the specific functions of the job and the job description itself is dili mausab. So not unless class na dili mausab ang imong main functions, you can never say that you are actually being promoted. So that is much certain and that is much clear. Okay? So I hope no nga inyo nang ma-start understand in that way, no? Kay basig ingon ato gyapon ba nga naa sa second floor, abi kinahanglan sa second floor promoted. No? Okay, promotions have a positive impact on the employees. Now, beside higher wages, they also satisfy the higher order needs of employees. So, dire, we'll be discussing also the next slide. It talks about the purpose and the objective of promotion. Good morning, Mama.
Good morning, Madam.
We have number 1, to recognize an individual's performance and reward him for his work. So, of course, this is very important. No, from the very beginning, in terms of motivational theory, one of the theory that supports this one is the Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So of course, it can also be applied at work. No, kaning recognition. This is very important because this can somehow let the person realize his sense of presence. Na exist pagiday ka, no? Naapagiday ka diya because when a person actually don't feel recognition at all, mura siya ngayon siya nga mura ko ni-exist ani no, because all of my efforts becomes bang nonsense para sa mga tao. So of course this is very important. This is one of the goal of fulfillment to every employee, to be recognized by individual's performance and also receiving reward. No, the forms of rewards, we have the two categories. We have the intrinsic and extrinsic. So intrinsic reward, mo siya no, paghatag og promotion. This is something or somehow that can boost the sense of confidence of an employee. Extrinsic rewards, it could be perks, monetary form, no, in the form of monetary paghatag, nagaan ka kwarta, tagaan ka vacation, and so on and so forth. No? Number two, to put the employee in a position where he will be a greater value to the company. So, you are being valued to the company because you are one of their assets. Number two, to promote job satisfaction among the employees and give them an opportunity for unbroken continuous service. So it's not just more on, the opportunity to be given to you inside the organization has to be continuous and unbroken. Kaya nga naman, when that person actually feels that there is always an opportunity in every, mura ba siya kuantas, mura ba siya ng bata, no? When you are going to train your child, na and every good deeds ngayang mabuhat, tagaan mo siya og equivalent rewards, no? Like imo baron siyang paduaon, no? Palitan mo siya duaan, but not at all times. Wa ko magsulti ngay ana. But ang kanang paghatag og reward sa usa ka empleyado pas makatapang nga for him to repeatedly perform at his best. So next, we have to build up morale. No? As I mentioned a while ago, this is something that can boost the confidence of the person. Hatag niya of to build up yung morale, loyalty, and a sense of belonging in the part of the employees. To demonstrate effective career development plans, of course, that's part of it. To attract suitable and competent employees for the organization. So way back on promotion also can attract people, no, especially katong mga ngitag trabaho nga nindot yang company because they are offering a continuous promotion, no? So in terms of career development, assure kita there is a consistent growth, no, that is actually being offered from the organization. Last, to create among employees a feeling of contentment with their present condition and encourage them to succeed in the company. So, by provision of those mandatory benefits, or not mandatory, but by provision of those mga packages about compensations and packages about rewards, it can actually encourage the employees to stay, to maintain their loyalty to the company and to give themselves their full commitment to their job. So ingon ana, no, nga mulambo pod ang empleyado at the same time lambo pod ang company. Next, we have type of promotion: open promotion, closed promotion. So what are these two types? No, is open promotions, an organization or a company considers all individuals within it as a potential candidate and announces it to various aspirants internally. So meaning to say, it was being acknowledged to everybody. No nga, si Gerald Anderson karon is a top performer of the month, no nya, and recognition for the efforts that he had exerted, no, sa company. Okay, we'll be giving him this reward. Closed promotions, an organization or company in which the candidate for higher position opening or vacancies is restricted and not open for all the individuals within the organization and also does not announce the vacancies internally. Kaning sa closed promotions class, no, dili nila i-announce internally ang ilahang, like for example, if na vacancy sa top management, no, as mentioned here, dili nila i-announce. So kaning sa organization na company considers open promotions. Sa open promotions class, aside from the fact na i-announce nila, i-acknowledge nila ang kining achievement sa usa ka empleyado and also his chance to actually step up to the higher level of the organization sa post promotion bali siya, no, dili nila i-announce ang dili nila i-announce ang vacancy. It is restricted and not open for all individuals. Kaya nga, no, as ato ang masabot, no, in every organizations naa sila kaugalingon nilang patakaran, naa sila kaugalingon nila na set up. So for them siguro, if those positions at the top, no, naa sa pinakataas ng position are not kanabang dili siya kanang wala sila makita ng mga kasi tawag na prospects from sa ubos, Of course, that will be restricted. Eh, dili magpudpud, not at all times tas no nga, di ba, naka-remember mo itong gitawag na taog Peter Principle? So sa Peter Principle class, it is promoting the employee to the extent that he is no longer functional of his position. Meaning to say, actually, dili mo siya deserve nga i-promote in that position, but because the organization aims to boost the morale of the employee, ilang gikuan nga to the extent na dili na hinon ka-functionalize og tarong. Kay tungod, wala man sila knowledge anak, no? The specific functions, the specific position actually requires ingani nga mga skills and knowledge and educational attainment and trainings niya, wala. So, diri sad sa ubos na frequently companies follow a combination of both the systems. We have multiple chain promotion. So, what is this? It provides for a systematic linkage of each position to several others. Such promotions identify multi-promotional opportunities to clearly defined avenues of approach. So, sa multi-chain promotions class, from the word itself, multiple. So, meaning to say, daghan, no? Chain of promotions. So, meaning to say, not only, you're not just relying on sa imuha lang diha, no? Like, for example, if you belong to the manufacturing department, sa production, manufacturing production department. So, if you're in the production department, meaning to say, you still have an opportunity to jump to another, another nga branch, kung asa ka dapita, or another nga department, kung asa ka dapita i-assign. And it's open, it is very open, depending on the skills and the knowledge required for the particular position for you to qualify. Dry promotions are those that are given in lieu of increase in compensation. So, in terms of compensations, no? Siguro, like for example, if you are top performing, consistently performing well with your job, tagaan kanila og mas dako nga compensations. So like for example, unsa man, no? In terms of bonus, no? Tagaan ka og kanang medyo dako na pud nga bonus. Now we have horizontal promotion. Promotions have similar kind of work, no? It's lower grade to higher grade without any change in work content. Ayaw mo kalimot, no, from the work itself, without any change in work content. Meaning to say, there is that promotion, there is that acknowledgement that you are a regular, no? Regular na siya, dugay, karaan na siya. But still, di ba, familiar mo, kasi I even experienced talking with kanang mga maintenance because previously class, I work in a call center before, no? Kanya, kana nga, nakikistorya ko, no, nga, pila na siya katuig, no, tuig na siya, naabot na siya 8 years sa iyang pagka-maintenance. Nindot yung performance na niya. In terms of dugay na po siya, but they cannot actually promote the person to become a call center agent because in the first place, of course, there are specific protocols that are needed to be followed. First and foremost, ito, no, itong mga mubasa ta altas job description itself, of course, in that means the HR personnel can actually figure out who are the person who is suitable for the particular position. What are the skills, what are the trainings that are needed, and the educational attainment to be required to be hired for that particular position. So, muna nga, it's not a surprise. They are actually receiving good compensations in terms of salary na ako'y increase, but the same job that is actually being performed by that particular person. Vertical promotion, those which change the nature of the work. So, mga to from supervisor to manager. So, this is an example, and this is what we call vertical promotion. Tinuod, ngayon vertical promotion class, no? Pasaka man ang vertical, no? Dili dahil, no? Paana, no? Pahalang. So, sa vertical promotion, horizontal, ano, no? Okay, so vertical promotion is upward, sorry. Nasa main, balik tag-grupo na ni. So, vertical promotion class, mag-undergo po na siya o kanang mga specific na mga requirement, no? What are the minor requirements though that are needed? Like, for example, may apply kag director sa CTO. So, before ka ma-director sa CTO, the length of service, no, really matters. Ikaduha, supervisory experience. That's part of it also. And the verticality in terms of educational attainment. So ingon anak ko. So before ka mag-manager class, ayaw di ko inga na manager ka, wa ka mo undergo og supervisor. However, na mga instances, no, like for example, if you are working in a nagworking ka no sa imuhang sa Jollibee, no, pagkalis mo nagworking ka, right after you graduated, you are being promoted as a manager. So it's a big, it's a big tawag na to, no, gabi kay sulagma kayo. But kana pagka-manager nimo diha, no, depende mo na sa organization. As long as you know the nature of the job and you have the background about that one, pwede ka mulukso. But sa supervisory ganit class, no, you have to understand first sa minor level before you can actually climb up to a manager. But what is necessary is the skills and the trainings that you actually acquire coming from that position. Maghimo basihan. Promotion program, it must be provided for a uniform distribution of promotional opportunities throughout the organization. So this means that the ratio of internal promotions to external recruitment must be the same at various levels in all departments. What is the purpose? The purpose of this, no, ningon tag internal promotions to external recruitment class, imo sang banabanao, no? You keep on promoting people. Kanto na bakante na ang ubos. Unya ang mga newly hired or mga new breed, no? Wala pa kayo, di pa kayo master dito sa ubos. So nabiyaan. Mabita na class nga pag in promoting, no? In providing promotion to the employee class, kinangla, no? The evaluation system has to be examined very well. No? Ang evaluation system has to be examined very well. Pag na nakikitawag performance evaluation, it's because muna siya mahimong basihan. No? Muna basihan mo nga, this person has to be promoted because he kana bang na-comply gani niya, no, kani nga mga needs dili ani anak. Dili lang to the extent niya, okay mo siya, no, nga duha ka tuig perform siya karon, promote na siya, no. So dapat it has to be balanced also. Kaya nga no, mabiyaan ang sa ubos, dili lang kay kana ra hinungdan, na mabiyaan ang sa ubos, no, niya ang mga tao dito to the extent that they are not that very expert or they are not that kanabang kuan kayo na maka-adapt din sila, maka-adjust sila sa sistema sa trabaho. So mo na maka-cause ya og imbalance sa organizations. See to it that the promotion is also kuan siya, no, gi-examine siya og tarong. A sound promotion program is that it must tell employees in advance what avenues for advancement exist. Yes, tinuod, no? A promotion program, like for example, what are the opportunities to be promoted? Now, after you promoted, what are the things or what are the particular functions that you will be performing with if be given a chance to be promoted? So dapat na no? In terms of advancement, sa sunod, no, there must be a pre-training before the person will onboard to its job. Next, there should be some definite system for the selection of employees who are to be promoted from within the promotion zone. One na mentioned a while ago. Finally, all sanctions must be approved by the concerned line heads. So, what are the corresponding sanctions for that particular job? No, it has to be arranged. A sound promotion policy must provide for suitable system of follow-up and review. So that's very important. There should always be a system of follow-up and review. Kaya kung dili na nimo reviewon ang imong promotion system, promotion policy dili na nimo no, coming from the performance evaluation, dili na nimo i-review mawalay pulos, no, mawalay pulos ang pag-promote nimo, no. You're helping the employee to boost its morale, but the question is somehow the thing that you have done is actually causing imbalance to the organization. Mo gina no, kay you cannot expect those mga newly hired na mga employee nga perform sila sama ka expert sa mga nanadya pila ka years. So dapat balance yun, no? Importante gano'n na in all means na ginagitawag na to, no, o kanabang moderate moderate, no? Everything has to be done moderately. Kay para dili makakos siya o di siya makahamper sa operation. Every promotion policy, every organization should have a promotion policy. So each organization should strike a balance between the internal sources of personal promotion and external sources of recruitment on one hand, and between merit and as ability against length of service on the other. So the characteristics of sound promotion policy, it should be have consistency and be correlated to the career planning. So mo na siya no, sound promotion will become more meaningful when it is uh, correlated to the career planning. Kung saan may pasabot ani sir, it should have consistency and be correlated to the career planning. Kabantay mo tong vertical nga promotion. So sa vertical promotion class, sit to it when you're going to promote that person, you are so sure enough that the person can actually adapt sa iyang new function, sa inyong new position. Okay, if that is not something no nga makatabang niya to grow no in his kaning gitawag na to personal development, kaning career planning na to guba jud ni. So ang kaning career planning man good, seldom it happens that the person can actually, can excel even if dili na siya inline sa iyang nga ano, that is seldomly happen. Pero most of the time what is being encouraged is to consistently examine if that particular promotion is correlated or kaning gitawag na to directing to the career path of that person. Right. Unsa man sir, unsa man dimension sir, if you're good in math, as much as possible hire the person to a kind of job which is using mathematics. Huh? If the person is not that good in math and then he is good in public speaking or talking with people, so it would be much useful for him to hire in a particular position where he can actually utilize his skills. So, number 2, it should be fair and impartial. So, of course, no, sa performance evaluation, atong balik-balikod, sige, nagbalik na sila. So, there must be a fair and, as much as possible, partiality is being discouraged. We get as much as possible, but this is strictly mandated. No, kaning partiality, of course, para di ka mag-revamp. So, you should practice impartiality. Number 3, it should be a planned activity so that there is no phenomena of bunching or no period of promotional growth. Yes, the promotional growth class na naughan. Oh, kasi may meaning siya naugat promotional growth. Like for example, wala may mga tao ano mo na sa social organization class, if you can actually notice walay mga tao nga meet up sa inyo, walay tao nga meet up sa inyong expectations by means of performance evaluation. The performance evaluation is actually being done every 6 months. Now, if you actually notice that the movement of promotional system is static, kaya naman wala mairo, please revisit, Please revisit to the promotional system, and also please revisit to unsa man i-revisit ang iyong organizational planning kay basin og kana nga ang gihatag kanang inyong pag-apply sa policy, ang mga trainings ninyong gihatag kay dili relevant sa ilang mga functions, dili relevant sa ilang trabaho nga somehow maka-learn sila, maka-acquire sila og new skills. Now, basis of promotion. So, excuse me for a little while. The basis of promotion, we have seniority and merit. So, seniority, of course, the length of recognized service in an organization. Seniority means the calculation of time sa iyahang pagpanarbaho niya. The senior most person in the lower grade shall be promoted as and when there is an opening in the higher position. For the other companies class, they would prefer seniority because the loyalty was actually being tested already. It was tested and proven. Sa uban po niya company class, they do not actually, prefer, they also prefer with merit, but the two can actually go together, the seniority, the length of service in the company, and at the same time the merit, no, by means of his compliance to the standard of quality of the service, the quality of service needed for the particular position. So mo na matawag na itong merit, ha? I hope you will not get misled, no, sa tuwa nga ko, ano. Sorry, I paused for a little while. Someone's messaging me, and ang kita na. Okay, so mo to, no? A merit means ability to work. It denotes an individual skill, knowledge, ability, efficiency, and aptitude as measured from educational training and past record. So I hope paano inyo rin na-catch up, no? So let's proceed with the next slides. So mo na ninyo nakita na no, there's an advantage and there's an advantage. Number one, sa seniority, easy to measure the length of service. Trade union generally emphasis on seniority. This is the type of business. Kanino? Yan dito, security uncertainty is also plus point. Security because, you know, more yung loyalty is already proven and tested. Minimize the scope of grievances and conflicts because they already know about how does the company actually take process of everything. So in terms of policy for them, they do not find it very rigid because it was tested and proven already. Nga the only thing no nga imong buhaton ana is munot lang gyud ta no kay nalbaho man ta. So ana na kuban. Reducing labor turnover nga it provides a sense of satisfaction to senior employees and it is in line with the Indian culture of respecting seniority of all walks of life. So nga no may uban no nga they are putting much importance on it. Ari po ta sa merit, ang advantage it implies the knowledge, skills, and performance records of an employee. It motivates competent employees to work hard and acquire new skills and so on and so forth. No, attract, retain young and promising employees in the organization. So, ari na po tas disadvantage. So, the assumption that the length of the service indicates talent is not valid because beyond a certain age, a person may not learn something. This is very discriminatory, no? But at some point, mo lagi na, no? Mabit na give-view nila nga when the person is actually age, no? Magkaguwang-guwang na. So, whether you like it or not, they actually perceive that one as a hindrance for them to perform efficiently. So, mo na siya, no? Performance and potential of an individual is recognized. So, the other was overlooked, no? Especially katong mga young ones, katong mga bata-bata pa, because they tend to focus more on sa mga edad-edaran na. It demotivates and demoralizes the young employees. Now, let's proceed with measuring merit is not easy. Subjective judgment may involve many employees, particularly trade unions, distrust the management's capability in judging merit. And when younger employees are promoted over the other one, the older employees may feel insecure. So, mo na siya, no, ang mga panghitabo, no? So, meaning of transfer, a transfer is a horizontal or lateral movement of an employee from one job, section, department, no? Shift, plan, or position to another at some point, other place where salary status and responsibilities are usually the same. So, kaning transfer class, no, as we are to understand, pareha atong example ganiya, no, nga ang usa ka kuan, ang katong usa ka maintenance wala siya na promote, but he was only transferred by another level. Sa ato siya malimpyo, another task. So it's not a promotion. Now, what is the purpose of transfer? To meet organizational needs. Also may meet organizational needs. Do not forget, no, the aim of our organization by means of its employee is para nga mulambo, no? Maka-acquire of new skills, personal, professional, spiritual growth, and so on and so forth. Now, to meet employees' own requests. So also, ang uba, no, they are requesting to transfer because they did not feel comfortable or convenient for their work schedule or to the type of job, no, nga nilang i-perform. So, man, request na for transfer. Number one, number three, utilize properly service of an employee when he is not performing and management feels he may be useful elsewhere. So like for example, if the skills of the particular employee is wala na umya, so of course that's the reason why it transfers siya. Number two, four, to increase versatility of the employee. So of course for him to you know when it is nice also for the person who don't love actually kanang repeated ng mga trabaho, no, kanang mga monotonous job. Ganahan sila o kanang naay challenging ba nga job, especially katong mga adventurous kayo, ganahan sila mahinala, ganahan sila mo kakakon og lain. Also to adjust the workforce, so of course transfer may tabo ko siya, like for example kulang na sila dito niya, daghan na kay sa fika, so adjustun sila, no, or dili to replace new employee by an employee who has been in the organizational for a sufficiently long time. So mo to no nga ang uban promote na sila, so of course ang uban kanang dugay na kay sila ang napita, sa tagaan po sila opportunity also to explore another task. Last, to penalize employee or due to avoid trade union pertaining issues. So, to avoid trade union pertaining issues. So, like for example, if there are possibilities mga class na kaning mga tao, no, when they are actually kanang gitawag na to ba o kanang unsa sila ka cohesive ba, unsa sila ka kaduol sa usag-usa. So, the more they're going kanamang the more they're actually spending time, no, they're spending time together, so there are possibilities that they will be ganging up with the company. So may ganging up, magtapok-tapok sila, no, nya ug naa sila may tabo nga wala mo yun dali na kay sila maka-unionize dayon, magkuan dayon, no, mag-alsa dayon. That's the reason why. Now, let's proceed with policy for transfer. The policy must be impartial, known to each employee. So the basis of the transfer should be indicated based on seniority or skill. The pay to be given to the transferee. So also, when you will be transferred, so of course, you're going to examine also to contest the kind of responsibilities to be given to the particular employee, and as well as to the money corresponds for the effort exerted and for the skills needed for the particular position or for that particular job to be performed. Intimate the fact of transfer to the person concerned well in advance. So I will just read the other facilities such as leave, special allowance, so that has to be discussed para masabtan. Now, types of transfer, interdepartmental transfers within same section of the same department and effective without the issue of any transfer order to the employee. So, entra gani, mingon tag entra within the department ra, no? Mingon tag interdepartmental transfer. So of course, coming from one department to another department. But of course, there must be a mutual consultations among the departmental heads. Kaya ano, what is that? Consultation, mutual consultations, meaning to say, kung sa may mag-istorya na sila class, no? Kung sa may status ano niya dito, mo ni siya. But as per understanding na to, atong i-revisit balik ang iyang mga skills, mauman so waka na akong sa lugar, so ako siyang i-transfer sa imo other department. So could be like that possibility, no? Next, we have benefits of transfer, increase in productivity and effectiveness of the organization, greater job satisfaction to employees, stabilize fluctuating job needs, and so on, no, improve employee skills. So these are the purpose of transfer. Next, we have demotion. So of course, ang demotion, no, sa nasabtan kanang mga kuan ka, no, ma-demote ka sa imong ranggo, saka ka, us-us na yun. So naay mga purpose, naay mga kuan, no, what are the common numero uno, performance, no, when you're actually ang imong performance mo degrade siya, no, it will be degraded from the normal standard. Of course, that's part of it. You will be demoted. Now, other than that, mga violations of the company policy that could also be the ground for you to become demoted. Separation. So, of course, separation from the word itself, separate, meaning to say, the moment that a person will actually, duman ka klase ang separation class, no? Dili na, ganyo, employee may be separated from each other payroll due to resignation, discharge, and dismissal, suspension, and retrenchment. So, ni undang, no? Kaning undang ta, of course, normally, you'll never be considered as separated, or still you will be part of the company, not unless you're not going to file a formal resignation. Especially kung magkuhan mo class, kasi tawag kana bang magpirma mo og usa ka contract, you are still bound with the contract. So the moment that you're not going to file a resignation, so of course that is an act of breaching the contract, and you will be that is punishable by law. So you'll be paying the damages for the for breaching the contract, discharge and dismissals. Of course, any mga wrongdoings, any violations from the company policy could be a ground for you to be kaning gitawag na to expulsion. You will be discharged. Suspension and retrenchment, so of course part of that, no, kaning suspension and retrenchment, like for example kay nungdo mo ni Calvin Abueva. Actually na siya suspension ato, but what is actually the mood of suspension? Mo tanong gi-suspend siya, dili siya kaduwa o pila ra ka months, but actually pag niduwa man siya og laing team, so iya pag yung gi-retrench, no, iya pag yung gisupak. Ang suspension, himo pag siya laing sala. So mo nang nahimong ground na wala na siya balika sa PBA. Okay? So I hope no that is clear to everybody. Sa separation, reasons for proposing VRS, voluntary retirement scheme. So uban no mo kuan sila, sakto na sila sa gilangon. Intense competition resulting in downsizing, so that's part of it. Ang uban, as advised from the HR, pakuano na lang sila, pa-resign na lang sila, no? Kaya nag-downsize naman ang company, so much better if they are going to kanang gitawag o kanang retire, kaya nga para nga napa sila makuha. Now, changes in technology, so of course, usapon na nga may mong hagit, no, for them to adapt to the kind of job that they have. Joint ventures with foreign establishments, so takeovers and mergers, business engineering process, product technology obsolescence. So daghan, no? Like sa technology lang daan aspect daghan kayo, we have the merit, there's no legal obstacle implementing the VRS. Walay babag, no? When you are going to file an early retirement, so it depends on the person. The merit of VRS, to a certain extent, it creates fear, sense of uncertainty among employees. It's not certain, no? The company will, it's very erratic. Ang movement sa kwarta sa company is very erratic, no? Dili siya, no one can actually predict, no? Kung siya may tabo sa company. So muna nga, ang uban, for them, if they can actually feel comfortable with early retirement, ilang buhaton. Now, sometimes the severance costs are heavy, so trade unions generally protest the operation of such schemes and may cause disturbance in normal operations. Napadili, some of the good, capable, and competent may apply, which may cause embarrassment. So, muna siya yung cause of mga demerit for retirement. Okay? So, I hope, ako na sa class, no, I will leave that one to you to revisit again, and I am very much open to entertain questions coming from you, class, para kung namin nalibga, no, ako ang pwede mo kan because of time constraint, no, kulangan atong time, so mga nagpas-pas na computer. Any questions, class, before I dismiss you? Before I dismiss the class, any question? Hello?